YouTube? Give you guys some NCAA 14 gameplay, the demo, and this is the menu. And the Nike Skills Trainer is pretty legit. It's really good. It helps you learn the game. And I'm gonna have to go Oregon, and that's the team I'm gonna pick.
You can hear the 12th man already as we come to you from Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. It's time for the coin toss now, presented by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
So far, I think it looks nice. I like the intro. About this game, I really like the new engine system. I like the gameplay. It's very fluid. One thing that sticks out to me the most is when it comes to going by defenders, you don't get sucked into them. There's a few times when running the ball, I was right next to people and I didn't get sucked in and get forced into a tackle. I just blew right by them. You know, they didn't have the angle. And the gameplay, the graphics, you know, are pretty nice. You know, a little bit better than 13. You know, not too much. But the whole way they move, the whole new engine system, I really like a lot about that. And I would highly recommend it. This is the demo on PS3, so I don't know when it came out on Xbox, but if you guys get a chance to download it, play it for yourself, see what you like. You know, and I like the whole, there's this new system where you can do the normal jukes, but you can cut with the left stick. And cut with the left and right and do combos or whatever. But it's very smooth how you move. And then stamina plays a bigger part in this. It runs out a lot quicker. Or actually not a lot quicker, but it shows you the meter. So if you're holding turbo for a long time, eventually you guys can get tired. You can't hold turbo the whole play. So you kind of have to use it wisely. But running downfield, because one time I played, I did get a kick return all the way to the house and I didn't run out of turbo. So I'm pretty sure up the field you don't run out. But if you do come into a play tired, then it's going to play a big part. But the whole acceleration, it's really nice. You know, how they cut, the running backs, how they move. How they run their routes is a lot better. And I was playing this on Heisman. One thing that is new about this is you could play offense and defense. You could pick the difficulty. So if I'm really good on offense, I can play on offense on Heisman. And if I'm not that good on defense, then I can play on varsity or rookie. So I thought that was pretty interesting that you could play on both game styles or 2 different game difficulties, which is quite interesting. But most of the time I'm going to play on the hardest level at all times. But I thought that's a pretty interesting feature. But I would recommend always playing on the hardest level. That's how you get good at video games. You have to play the game at its hardest. And I'm not talking too much about the gameplay. I'll get into a bit. But I couldn't believe that run by the quarterback. I am Oregon. And the demo is 3-minute quarters, so it is pretty fun. It's not just a quick little 5-minute, you know, 1 quarter. You can just play the whole game only on 3 minutes. But also the passing system, it's a lot better. And the whole thing about the new engine that I like a lot is it's not predictable. Like, tackles don't happen the same way. People don't fall. They don't collide the same way. You don't really know what's going to happen. And that's something that I like, because in real football games in college and in the NFL and even in high school, you don't really know how things are going to turn out. And just like that play, how the guy fell, I thought it was kind of weird, but in real life things like that happen. And so I think it's very good, you know, and everything that NCAA 13 had is still here, like all the good things about it. I don't believe reaction time is still in the game because I tried pushing the button. And I think that's a little bit better, because the one thing I didn't like about reaction time is when I tried to strafe, I couldn't without reaction time, and it kind of messed things up. It was harder to play defense because I didn't like pushing the reaction time button all the time. It was good for being a receiver and a running back, but I wasn't really feeling it. It was something, that was new. They tried it. I don't know if they didn't like it or the customers didn't like it. Because I didn't hear people complain about it a lot, but I didn't also hear people say it was good or not. So the reaction time is just not there anymore, I believe, unless it's not in the demo. And the whole main menu, I like the main menu, how it looks, the presentation. I think it's very nice. So yeah, so everything so far, it looks really good, even though it's just the demo, because the demo is a little bit different than the normal game. Usually from my personal experience, when I play the demo, it's a little different from the regular game. But it feels nice. I feel like I have more control. I could do exactly what I want with the running back. And speed plays a bigger factor, that if you can't catch up to the guy just by, being there, you're not going to get sucked into a tackle. You have to actually get to the guy and make the tackle. And also what I noticed on Heisman, it was a little more competitive from the CPU's point of view, which I like, because when I play on the hardest level, I want it to be challenging. In any game I play, whether it be Madden or 2K, when I play on the hardest level, I like it to be challenging. So I think they did a very good job of that. Everything wasn't easy in this game. As you can see, this game is going to go into about 3 or 4 overtimes. So that's why I'm skipping through a lot of the regular quarter stuff. I'm showing a lot of my plays, but when the other team gets it, I just show when they score, just so you guys can see it. But yeah, the game's a lot harder, but in a good way. Not like the computer doesn't do anything super spectacular. Like, their players don't just jump all of a sudden to the other side of the field. If you execute and you do everything how you're supposed to, then you should have no problem beating the computer. And also in this game, I think I like how they did the whole option system. Because when you do the skills training thing, you'll learn a lot more about how the game does. And when you run plays like the option and the triple option, it's a lot better on decision making, because the defender, he picks, who he's going to go to. And then so you have to react to that. So it's a little different running the option, but it's a lot better, because in the previous games recently, running the option on Heisman was just not going to happen 99% of the time. But in this game, it is more likely to happen, because they play it better. The defenders block better. The offensive line blocks better and things like that. And then the hot routes, because when you do the skills training thing, it teaches you a lot about the game. And then you do drills, and then you have to score so many points or so often. I might do a video on it, who knows. But it makes the game, you understand the game a lot more. And especially for people who have never played any college game, this is something I would do. I went through the whole thing. It took about 50 minutes, but I didn't pass it every time. I failed a few times. So that's how that went down. So it's not really necessarily easy, but it's not difficult, because they give you a little tutorial on it, and you play the tutorial, and then you actually do the real thing, the actual drill, and then you get like 10 reps, and you have to get like 8 out of 10 to get gold, 6 or 4 to get bronze and silver. And it's actually quite fun to play it, so I would highly recommend it. And one thing I was curious about is on NCAA 13, they had the Heisman Challenge, and I don't seem to see it in this one, because usually the demo 13 came out and they had the Heisman Challenge, and I haven't seen it, so I don't know if they're still doing that, because it would have been kind of cool to play that. So I'm not exactly sure if they're gonna still have that game mode. If they do, then that's great. If they don't, then oh well. Because I'm pretty sure they're still going to have Road to Glory. So on my channel, for the people who already know me, who aren't new, I'm going to buy this game, and then I'm going to, do the Road to Glory. More than likely, more than likely play defense, free safety again, because it's something I really like doing. So that's how that's going to work. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the game right away when it comes out. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to try to, get it when it comes out. Hopefully that's how it works out. And then I don't think I'm going to do any other game modes because I really like playing Roads to Glory. I really enjoy it, so hopefully they don't take it out of this game. Because if they do take Roads to Glory out, if I do find that out, more than likely I will not buy the game. That's just my perspective. That's just something I really like. Because I've been playing since Campus Legend, since like 2006 or whatever. I had it on PS2 and I really like the game mode. And I really like that they change it to the point where it's the camera mode, where the camera can follow you. I really like that. Because it feels like you're being, you're more the player. I like the whole you only control one player. Because it makes it a little more difficult. Because controlling the whole team and winning isn't something that's hard at all. So that's just my opinion on the game. Let me know what you guys think. And in this gameplay, we are in overtime, and the quarterback did run it in. So in this overtime, I'm only going to show the scores, basically. Because, all the other stuff, this will be probably a 20-minute video. This is probably my longest video I've ever done. It's a 16-minute video. So, yeah. So I did score, so we have to score back. And it's 3rd and 4. And I am running the screen. The screen works pretty well. But I do get stopped. But we have to go for the touchdown, or this game is over. So it's 4th and 1. And I am running up the middle to the right. Right there I do get some good blocks. And I score a touchdown. And then go on to make a field goal. And as you see, the player fell right now. That's just things that don't happen. You weren't expecting it. It's just they were in contact and they fell. And one thing I did really like a lot better about this game that I forgot to mention is when you're running the ball and you run into your teammate, you do hit them like normal, but you kind of bounce out around them, to wherever you're running, so that you don't necessarily get stuck on them. You bounce out and, you try to get away as fast as possible, so it does slow you down. But in the previous games, it would stop you, and it doesn't do that anymore. So that's something I really like. As you see right there, that's where I got my touchdown. And at this point, we have to go for 2. That's overtime rule. So I think we're in the 3rd overtime, and we have to go for 2. And right there, I do get the 2-point conversion, putting us up by 8, 43-35. And this is my 2nd game played. I did play one other game, and I did win in regulation. But this time I'm playing overtime, so it's 4th and 2. And they have to get a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And he does throw it, and the cornerback gets lost, makes a tackle, but it's too late. He already scored the touchdown. The receiver ran a great route. And now we have to stop them going for 2. And that's one thing they change is first they show the player's name, and then they go to touchdown. So I like that because you know who it is. And these players did have names, so I don't know if that's going to be permanent or just in the demo. So right now they are going for 2, so I am trying to get the stop. And the receiver was wide open because we didn't have everyone in the man coverage. So now we are tied going into the 4th overtime, 43-43. And see, everyone was covered except him, running to the left, getting the walk-in touchdown. Now it's 3rd and 8. They did start with the ball first in this overtime. So defense is trying to get a stop. And the quarterback throws it, and we almost intercept it, and it makes it 4th and 8. So our defense stepped up, made a big play, and they are going for the field goal. Because it's a smart thing to do, because if they were to go for it on 4th down, I could just score the field goal if they don't get it. But they do make the field goal, and it is 46-43. So at this point, we can either kick a field goal or score a touchdown to win the game. So it's 2nd and 15 right here. I did get sacked, I believe. So I'm running deep routes. And I hit my receiver up the middle, and he barely gets around, and he scores the touchdown. And that touchdown is going to do it. After 4 overtimes, I went 49-46. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this game, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.
I think his team's going to be able to continue to build their offense around him and his attributes of what he brings to this offense.
That's going to do it for this presentation of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk Street, this is Brad Nessler saying goodbye.